Would you look at the timing, Zach? Look at that.
Coach, Coop, Coach, Coop, Coach, Coop, the Coach Coop Show. Coach, Coop, Coach, Coop, Coach, Coop, the Coach Coop Show. The Coach Coop Show. The Coach Coop Show. The Coach Coop Show. The Coach Coop Show.
Hey, yo, what's going on, Canes fans and my college football family? Happy Friday! We made it! Didn't mean to fire that up again. We made it! The weekend is here, and for some of you, that's pretty exciting. Hopefully you have a couple of days off. You can chillax a little bit. You don't have to work. You get to just have some fun and enjoy yourself. I want to give a shout out to everybody who is here tonight. As promised, we're going to continue to try to do Friday night streams, whether there's breaking news or anything going on or not. We want to stay connected, and we want to continue to be active here on the channel. And there are a couple of things that I do want to discuss tonight, and you probably already saw it in the title. Jeremiah Smith. Obviously, this is a name that means a lot to Canes fans. And allegedly, keyword allegedly here, he is being offered upwards of $4.5 million to enter the transfer portal. So some might call it tampering. Some might call it trying to entice him a bit. But we're going to talk about that. I need to make it very clear that I'm not saying this is Miami. Nowhere in my title, nowhere on anything do I say Jeremiah Smith offered by Miami. We're just purely going to talk about it. We're going to speculate, and we're going to give some opinions. But I'll pull up some stuff that's floating all over X and some various different places, stating that he has been offered by not one school, but multiple schools to try to get him to enter the portal so somebody can pick up some big-time talent. Because there's no denying that Jeremiah Smith, we'll take a look at his numbers, really popped off in his freshman year. I also want to talk about the Miami-Notre Dame game. They have set a date and time officially for that one, so we can go ahead and begin to plan accordingly. And they've also announced the date for Miami-Florida State. No specific time yet, but they do have a date. And to wrap up the stream, I want to take a look, believe it or not, we've never paid attention to this stuff on the channel before. I want to take a look at some of the NFL mock drafts that are updated as of yesterday or today to see if they still believe that Cam Ward might go number 1 to the Titans. So we'll kind of talk about it, see if there are any other Canes, look at who some of the top 5, top 10 picks are in the draft this year. It's the offseason, man. We got no college football until August. Officially, games, right? Before spring or after spring. So we have to entertain ourselves. We have to find some things to talk about. So it's very good to see everybody here. WT7, Nick Snyder, Randy. What's up, Randy? Hopefully you guys aren't still snowed in. Do any of you live in more like northern Florida, up in the Panhandle area and across? Did you guys get snow? That was insane. Like, I live in Tennessee, and a week ago, we got like 4 inches of snow, and some of y'all got like 11. That was freaking crazy, man. I have never seen anything like that before in my life. Pretty wild. Robin, good to have you in here tonight. Bryce, Zach Jones, Tropical, Sage, Marco, Cypher, Dwayne, Richie. I appreciate y'all. Space Mountain. If I'm missing anybody, again, blanket thank yous and shout outs. Zach, go! Zach.
This is what it takes to let you.
Topping himself.
ACC openers bout to be bangers. Clemson at GT, FSU at Miami, Clemson at UNC, SMU at Q's, etc.
And
This is what it take
what's crazy, Zach?
to wear the U
Hold that thought.
on the side of your helmet.
Nil ruined CFB skull ignorant unloyal players.
I think with the way that it's set up currently, it kind of sucks sometimes. You know, the portal provides some great opportunities for teams to compete in ways that they've never been able to before. You can reload a roster like that if you have the money, but also it would be frustrating to continue to actively recruit your own players and continue to up the amount of money that you pay them. So it's interesting, right, Flicks? Zach Jones, I sat you atop the throne with the 5 and the 2. Flick Shorts with the 2. Appreciate you. Thank you. That's insane. 7 inches in Pensacola, Florida. Never did I think I would read that together. That's crazy. 7 inches. That's a lot. That's a whole lot. I think that 6 is a whole lot. 6 inches. That's what I tell my wife. But 7 is even more. 7 is even more. So, anyways, we should probably get to the football talk. Let me know how y'all been doing. So let's get into this Jeremiah Smith discussion because it's what everybody's gonna want. 7 is more than 6, not by a whole lot though. I need to add Cypher. It's literally like this much, which is pretty insignificant. I say 6 is a lot. It by itself, it's a lot. Let's get into the football talk here. Jeremiah Smith.
This is what it take to wear the U on the side of your helmet.
4.5 take it or leave it.
It's a
winking
Friday.
face.
It's a Friday. Yeah, we're feeling good. It's a Friday. Everybody's celebrating. Thank you, Zach. Thank you for the 2, Zach. So I like covering these topics and this type of news because not everyone has social
To wear
media.
the U
So don't
on the
forget
side of your
that.
helmet.
Man, our SCN is a what if sucks. I hate our death.
Yes. Not being in the driver's seat is one of the worst feelings in the world when it comes to your college football team. Man, the what ifs, the buts, all terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. I agree, Flick Shorts. Thank you for the 2, my man. So I like covering these because not everyone is on X and Twitter and forums and different posts. So not everyone is aware of these situations that pop up. So it's been reported that Jeremiah Smith has been offered upwards of $4.5 million, as high as $5 million, to try and entice him to enter the portal. Now, again, keeping in mind that Jeremiah Smith is not in the portal. We're talking about a guy who was a freshman who just won a national championship in his first year with Ohio State. So this would technically, by definition, be tampering, which is what you're going to see labeled, across everything. Now, to be fair, I've said this many times. I believe that pretty much everybody tampers to an extent in some sort of way, whether they really are intending to or not. It just happens. There's just no way that some of these guys enter the portal and decide on a team within an hour of hitting the portal. Like, some conversations are had behind closed doors. There might be some workarounds. There might be some loopholes, whatever. But this is something that everyone is talking about. And what I wanted to ask, this is purely just an opinion. As I said, we're here to speculate a little bit tonight.
This is what it take to wear the
Who
U
are these mystery
on the side of your
teams?
helmet.
But it's okay. McCormick is coming back though, right? Rolling on the floor laughing, rolling on the floor laughing.
Thank you, Flicks. Thank you for the 2, man. Don't worry, Hummus Hero. We're getting ahead of ourselves here, all right? We're getting ahead of ourselves here. Don't worry, we're going to cover every angle. We're not one-sided. We don't do it that way. We'll talk about it. Who do we believe is the team and or teams potentially willing to put themselves out there on the line here and try to entice Jeremiah Smith, to lure him away from the Buckeyes? Who would it be? I have heard Oregon. I have heard Texas. And at the very top of the list, of course, none other than the Miami Hurricanes, because Jeremiah Smith is a guy that should have been a Miami Hurricane, but it just didn't work out. So obviously Miami would love to have him back. I'm not going to come on here and go live on this channel and try to pretend like I know that it's Miami that would try to offer him the big bucks to come to Miami, because obviously I'm not gonna say that because I don't know. I do know that would Miami pay this amount of money for Jeremiah Smith? Probably. I think just about anybody across the country would if they had that type
This
of money.
is what it takes to
Right?
wear you on the side of your helmet.
You think Miami has the money? Or think we get him?
Miami has the money, yes. Do I think that we get Jeremiah Smith? We'll speak on it here in just a moment. We'll talk about it. Mike Jeezy says Miami as well. Here's the thing. Jeremiah Smith as a freshman, just a recap. Why does everybody across the country want him? Most of us know this. 76 receptions, 1,315 yards, and 15 touchdowns. That's number 4 in the country in receiving yards amongst wide receivers, number 25 in total receptions, and number 2 in receiving touchdowns as a freshman. As a freshman. This is an NFL caliber wide receiver playing college football as a freshman. It's insane. This guy is truly next level talent. It's so unfortunate that Miami missed out on this guy, right? But I can't really sit here and continue to piss and moan and complain about that because it didn't happen and he didn't become a Cane. So all this news is dropping about these multiple offers. But you have a guy here who tweeted, ain't gonna happen. That family is too loyal. Good try, though. And you have Jeremiah Smith, the man himself, from his official X account, reposting this tweet with the 100 emoji. Basically saying, I'm locked in. I am a Buckeye. I'm not going anywhere. Now, I want to say 2 things about this. Good to see you, MS. I want to say 2 things about this. Number 1, if you want to say this guarantees Jeremiah Smith doesn't go anywhere, that's just not the way the world works. There have been many times that someone has said, I am locked in, I'm committed, I'm not going anywhere, and in less than 24 hours, they are on a jet headed somewhere else. It happens all the time. So it's not like that's uncommon. Money talks. Money's not the end all be all. It's not always the top priority.
Tons of colleges have the money. Hell, GT has the money, but it's more about who's willing to pay. Miami is willing. Only a few others willing to pay.
Yeah, I think that level of money for one guy, right, Zach? If you're talking, let's just go ahead and round up. Let's say $5 million on one guy. That's a ton of money to spend on one player. And even though as good as he is, you're right. I don't think you can say that there's 20, 30 plus teams that are willing to shell out that kind of money for this guy. But Miami would be one of them for multiple reasons, not even just because of the stats and everything. This is a guy that they wanted this guy to be in the orange and green so badly. And people at the top, people who are pumping money into the program, wanted to see this guy rocking a U on his chest. So they desperately wanted him to come to Miami. But it didn't happen. The reality is he went to Ohio State, and as much as we hate those dirty, stinking Buckeyes, he won a national championship as a freshman. So I don't believe in any way that he would regret his decision. He put up big numbers. Everybody across the country is talking about him. He won a natty. I don't think he's feeling too bad, But I will say this tweet does not guarantee that he wouldn't go anywhere. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. There's coach speak, there's player speak. People take too many things at face value and run with it when who the heck knows. But I want to say this. I do want to say this. Do I believe that he would go to Miami if Miami was offering, again, we'll round up and say $5 million? I do not think so. No. And it hurts me to say that. I mean, I'm a Miami fan. I would love to see Jeremiah Smith in the orange and green, and these rumors will continue to swirl around. And as I said, we don't even know if Miami would be one of the teams that's trying to entice him. Would he leave a team that just won the national championship unless there are big-time question marks when it comes to their program? That's my question. I don't think so. If there were massive coaching changes, if it seemed like that Ohio State was having to hit the reset button. Now, I know in some areas they're losing some guys. I know that. Maybe there's a world where that happens, and maybe there is a possibility that it could happen in the future, right? And I know you're talking about no QB. You're right. But I think it would have to be even bigger than that. I think it would have to be some coaching changes. I think there would have to be other big question marks. He would have to be very unhappy being at Ohio State for some reason. And that's just my personal take and prediction right now. This could change tomorrow. There could be a new development. Something could come out. You never know. All I'm saying is this coming up season, I think that Jeremiah Smith would continue to play for Ohio State. Now, could there be potential in the future? Maybe. He won a natty. Year one.
On the side of your helmet.
Hold on.
Eric Singleton was a 2-star and GT took a chance on him and he instantly became WR1 and said, Tech is home. 1 year later he transfers to Auburn for $.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Perfect analogy, Zach Jones. People literally stand up at a podium and they're not always lying. I'll say lie to your face. Sometimes they are. Sometimes they just change their mind. Sometimes they say something, hey, I'm staying, and then something else happens the next day, and then they change their mind. Sometimes they do it because you don't want all the crazy headlines popping up and all the negativity and all the stuff being thrown your way. So just double down. I'm staying home. We'll see what happens. Thank you, Zach Jones. Well said. So I think that maybe there might be a future opportunity where he comes back to Miami and finishes out his career in South Florida. Do I think, bro, this is exactly what we're talking about. We're just having a discussion. Do I think that he would come to Miami if the money was right? I don't think so right now. I think that the guy feels like he's probably getting properly developed given the numbers he put up. Plus, they just won a national championship. And Ohio State is willing, given his production in 2024, to probably up whatever his current NIL situation is. Can we agree on that? It's not like Ohio State is broke. It's not like they are not willing to spend money on a guy like Jeremiah Smith, who was number 2 in receiving touchdowns and number 4 in receiving yards in the entire country. And that's just facts. I'm not trying to be negative. I just want to speak openly and try to be honest on what my opinion is on it. Would I love to have Jeremiah Smith? Buddy, come on down to the U. $5 million on Jeremiah Smith? Sign me up. Sign me up. I think he would earn that and then some. I think it would be well worth it. The problem is we didn't get him in the first place, and here we are. And we can argue about this. This is good. I don't care. Let's do it. I'm sorry, but college football players shouldn't be making more in college than 70% of the first-year rookies in the NFL. It's just such a weird spot to be in, right, Spirit Addicts? In a way, I agree. I'm all for players getting paid, but I've said this so many times, I don't know what they do. Like, are we going to get to a point to where, because think about what this thing was when they first started doing NIL. It was a big deal to sign like a $100,000 deal or $250,000 deal. And places were kind of waiting to see what they would get on their return on the investment. Well, now nobody bats an eye at signing a $1 million deal, a $2 million deal. Now, 2025 is coming up, and we're talking about $4 and $5 million deals. I'm not trying to pocket watch, But what's it going to be if it remains as it is? What's it going to be 2, 3, 4 years down the road from now while everybody's trying to lock down the best talent? It's a pissing contest with money. Who can spend more? Who can stack their team the most? Is it going to be the norm to be paying a player $7, $8, $10 million? Maybe. I don't know. And I know somebody said, I think Beck lights it up at Miami. I think so. Yeah, I think he'll be set up for success. I do think so. And Mike says things change, life change. Jeremiah Smith will be a Cane. You might be right. You might be right. Now, I think, though, Hummus Hero, to your point, when you say Ohio State has the number 1 QB from the 2024 class, I think most are talking about having an experienced guy back there. So, there again, that there's no guarantee with that, right? Okay, number 1 quarterback from the 2024 class. So, younger guy, what happens? Maybe he pops off, maybe he doesn't. I think people are discussing the fact that he doesn't have like a one-and-done guy, an experienced guy back there throwing him the ball. Now, as I said, do I think that's enough to push him away from Ohio State when you take that plus factor in $4 or $5 million? Personally, no. I don't think so. Not yet. Not yet. But in the future, we'll see. Good to see you, Alex. Good to see you. College is the new NFL. They have fresh legs out of high school. Brian Hartline leaves. Jeremiah leaves. And see, that's where we say there has to be other big changes. As it sits right now, the things that are going on with changing quarterbacks and other things like that are not enough to push Jeremiah Smith away from Ohio State, in my opinion. If it's looking like Ohio State is positioned to have a pretty solid 2025 year, which could be the case, makes me feel sick to my stomach saying it, why would he leave?
GT has a DL Van Den Berg that drives a 200K plus vet everywhere. To think top players would ever go back and settle for what these lower players are getting is insane. Only gonna keep rising.
Yeah, and that's just, look at history. That's just how it's going to work. That's just how it's going to work. So again, at what point do they try to figure something out? Thank you, Zach Jones. I don't know, man. I don't know. Thank you, bro. Remember when players getting free tattoos was enough to vacate wins for a whole season? Yeah, good times. I say good times. That's the wrong way to put it. But anyways, like I said, no, I don't think he'll be a Miami Hurricane. It'd be cool. Man, it'd be cool. And do I think, you're seeing On3 and a lot of other places report on this. Do I think it's true? Of course it's true. This happens literally all the time. Again, we used to be so weird about, but Coop, it's tampering. There's no way they would do that. It happens every freaking day. So yes, I'm sure tampering is happening. That's Zach. Let me sit you atop your throne, man. At this point, teams are like, you know what? Let's just go out there. Let's go out there. Come on, it's the Wild West. Let's bring some new talent in. So as you know, I troll in good fun, but what is going on with the situation with the guy from Wisconsin? So I spoke on Xavier Lucas Spiratics in a previous video and stream. I am deciding to not dive super deep into it, and I'll tell you why. I'll make this super quick. I'm not speaking a lot on the Lucas situation because of a personal pet peeve of mine. And it's because it involves a bunch of legal mumbo jumbo. And that brings out all of the internet lawyers and internet legal experts. I am far from that. I'm not even close to that. And I noticed that anytime someone brings up the Lucas situation, people will read a tweet or two and they are a law expert. So the comment section becomes a war zone, and it's everyone know. And I love controversial topics. I enjoy people speaking their opinion on said controversial topics. It's no fun when everybody knows. They'll read a tweet, bro. Listen,
Mario likes the NIL, but I think he's concentrated on building confidence and chemistry. We need to get ready for ND.
Where?
Stay focused and send a message.
Roach Killer. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for the 5, man. How you been? How was your week? Thank you, my man. I appreciate you. I just I can't stand when people go in, and look, it's no hate. If any of y'all have been doing this, it's not. Like I said, it's a personal thing. People will be like, oh, I read a tweet, and in section 1B of such and such law, it states, and man, look, there's some legal stuff going on. My opinion was that if he wants to transfer, let him transfer. I don't really know why you would continue to try to drag it out in the open. If Wisconsin wants to handle something, they put out a statement. The Big Ten puts out a statement. Handle it behind closed doors. There was arguments of a contract, and then, hey, a contract actually, this thing has to be voted on. It hasn't even been passed yet, so it's not valid. Then other people said, but his intention was to honor said contract because he put pen to paper, and then he still left. Some people said his dad was sick. Some people said that his dad didn't want him to leave Wisconsin. All I know is this guy has not transferred. This guy has enrolled at Miami. And if they want to battle it out and figure out the legal side of this thing, handle it behind closed doors. Would you want? Yeah, they wanted to keep him. I get it. Make him an offer. Lucas, hey, bro, settle down here for a second. Let's sit down. Let's talk about it. Okay. He says, Coach, I'm miserable. I don't want to be here. Get me out of here. I want to go back home to Miami. Let him transfer. I understand that there are, contracts and some different things, and it's frustrating. But real talk, I'm going to ask you point blank, and I want to see some responses. There are always exceptions. Would you want a player playing on your team if he truly was miserable and did not want to be there? Would you want him to play there? As a fan, as a coach, I don't care. What's the word? Perspective you want to take. I would not. Right? I'm not saying that I just let them all go. Lucas, just go be free, my man. Do what you want to do. Whatever. Does anybody else want to go? Hey, you want to leave too? Want to head out? No, of course not. But obviously, with everything the guy is going through, he does not want to be there anymore. Let him transfer and then say, you know what? Maybe something needs to change. We feel like we got screwed a little bit. So then go in, handle it. But continuing to try to make him look bad, to try to make the University of Miami look bad, it pisses me off. And everybody has really strong opinions about it. I know I went on a rant just now, but it's a great question. I just don't want to touch it. I just don't. There is no way. People said, all right, Coop, what if Ruben Bain said he wants to leave Miami? You'd be pissed, and you'd be doing the same thing. That's bull. No, I would not. Would I be up here crying and complaining? You best believe it. Ruben Bain's one of my favorite football players. I know he didn't do quite as well in 2024, but nobody did in Dawson's defense. Or, excuse me, Guidry's defense. I'm getting all mixed up here. I'm getting worked up. I'm getting sweaty. I would be sad. I would be like, man, it sucks to lose Ruben Bain. But if he wants to leave, would I want him to stay and try to sabotage the team? No. I just think that's crazy. So I can't believe, even though he's a darn good football player, I can't believe they're holding on this much and approaching it the way they are.
No, but he should have to give up all current nil deals. Just like how NBA, NFL players get fined for not playing and breaking the contract, Jay Butler.
Yeah, but see though, so they have to figure those things out. They got to figure out how this thing is going to look in the future when it comes to these types of situations, you know. So in the current moment, it just is what it is. Like I agree, but contracts don't mean shit right now. They just don't. And there's always a loophole. There's always a workaround. Growing up, man, a handshake meant you honored it. But I'm also wise enough to understand that in 2024, 2025, and beyond, things don't work that way. At least not right now, unless something changes. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe something does happen, you know. But will I welcome new high-level talent to the roster at Miami? You best believe it. You best believe it. I've got a content creator from UF and myself who covers FSU. We just need Coop for covering Miami and have a heck of a show. Shoot me a DM. And if I don't answer it, just send me another one until I do. I promise, you're not bothering me. Just send me DMs and we'll talk about it.
This is what it takes to wear the U on the side of your helmet.
Imagine Ward X Smith OMG.
I know.
Holy natty OMG.
I know. Yeah. It is what it is. It is what it is. So moving on from the Jeremiah Smith situation, or do we want to continue on that? We can keep talking about Jeremiah Smith, but that's
to wear the U.
I kind of spoke my
on the
piece
side of your helmet.
on it.
Thanks for the postseason live content. Go Canes.
Come on and run!
This is what it
Thank you,
takes
Duck.
to wear the U on the side of your helmet.
I'm great ever since January 20th. Smile with horns, no comments on that. Stock market and crypto went parabolic for me. Enough of that. We got some Canes over here.
Oh, man. Roach Killer.
This is what it
420.
takes to wear the U on the side
We
of
got
your
more to
helmet.
talk about. We got more to
Why
talk
is
about.
every good recruit from South Florida rolling on the floor laughing, rolling on the floor laughing, rolling on the floor laughing?
And how come the ones that leave home and go somewhere else are very successful? That's a very important question. Roach Killer, thank you for the 5. Flicks with the 2. Duck, I sat you up there with my man Zach Jones. Appreciate y'all. I do also want to talk about the announcements with Notre Dame and Florida State. So we do have a date and time for the Notre Dame game. And I have to tell y'all, as soon as I saw this, I have been foaming at the mouth ever since. Miami versus Notre Dame will take place on August 31st, a Sunday. A Sunday. Look, I don't care as long as it's a weekend game. I don't want Thursday. I don't want Friday. Saturday or Sunday is fine. Sunday, August 31st at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on ABC with the world watching. It's going to be Labor Day weekend. This is huge.
On the side of your helmet.
Before moving on from Jeremiah Smith, I'll just say, OOH.
Thank you, Cypher, for the very generous 5. Still in celebratory mode. I understand. Enjoy. Sunday, Labor Day weekend, Sunday night college football. Miami versus Notre Dame. Can Miami capture the 2017 vibes again? Could Hard Rock be electric that Sunday night? Could Miami deliver a beatdown to the college football playoff national championship runner-up? What a big game to start the season. Is it going to be game day? I don't believe so. I don't think so. But this is a huge announcement, man. Sunday night. Couldn't be better. Couldn't be better. I'm very there. Yeah, I figured, bro. Yeah. So I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but Miami will not lose to Notre Dame. Moving on. Florida State. That's right. We have an official day for Florida State. There are multiple Florida State fans here in the building. No official time yet, however. But this is going to take place on Saturday, October 4th. And here's what's wild. Check this out. Florida State will be Miami's first ACC game of the season. The Noles and the Canes, with this being the first ACC game of the year, feels odd. Feels kind of weird. But, you know, it is what it is. I don't really have a problem with it. It's just I'm used to playing them at least a little later in the season. Florida State, however, this will be their second conference game. So they will play Virginia before they play us at Doak Campbell Stadium. But this will be Miami's first ACC game
on the side of your helmet
of the season.
Oh, thank God I'm going to be watching a marquee game without work messing it up.
Boom.
Or maybe Gonig.
Boom. There you go, Randy. Heck yeah. What a way to kick off the season with Notre Dame, right? Heck yeah. Let's go, Randy. Thank you for the 5, my man. First road game, too. Was it? You are correct. That's right. Miami opens the season with 4 straight home games, multiple home games this season, a lot of home games. First away game.
Every team we're facing understands they need to be exceptionally ready for us. Make way cause the U is ready to rattle some cages. Pack the rock, guys.
You know how important it is, Roach Killer? I know you do. How important it would be to set the tone for the season with Carson Beck rolling out as the starting quarterback on a Sunday night against the Fighting Irish, and to make it like 2017 again, attendance-wise? Bro, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm saying that this is going to be a hyped-up game. And if you want people to show up in South Florida, it's got to be a hyped-up game. I'm just being real. And this is huge, man. It would have been cooler if Notre Dame had won the national championship and it was Miami's chance to beat the national champion from the previous year. But still getting to play the runner-up, still going to be pretty cool. Still going to be pretty cool to see. Now, for Florida State, don't forget that we are doing the Doak Takeover. So I will be at this game. We won't be live streaming a hangout because I'm going to be there. Good to see you, Damien. Through my eyes, good to see you as well. I will be at this game at Doak Campbell Stadium. And it's not just going to be me. It's going to be a bunch of you as well. Some of you that are just going to be attending the game just because you wanted to go. We're also going to be kind of getting a VIP experience going to this game. So we're going to choose like 9 or 10 viewers that are going to go as well. And we're rolling up in style. So it's going to be like a whole full experience for the entire weekend. And we're going to pick some viewers that get to go and experience the game in this way. We already have crazy good seats locked in for us. They're going to be some of the best seats in the house. And it's just going to be a really good time. We're going to get a W. We're going to enjoy our weekend. And it's going to be the Doak Takeover. So as many Canes fans as possible, man. We got to take over this stadium. Oh, that's Chloe's birthday? Hopefully Miami can get the win, Tropical. Wouldn't that be great? My man, Jonathan Flagg. I will be there, bro, since I'm from the area. Let's go. Man, a strong showing of Canes fans would be huge, man. That'd be awesome. But the Doak Takeover, man. Yep, Master Bates. Let's go, man. Let's go. Going to be a ton of Canes fans there, and we're going to show them. I put out a tweet And I said, I can't wait for the Doak takeover. And I had Florida State fans clowning me up and down, saying, y'all don't even show up for your own games. You think you're going to show up to a game against Florida State? And I said, we'll see. We'll see about it. So I'm going to push hard, man. I want us to take over part of that stadium, man. Let's do it. Sonny's Barbecue. Where's it at? Is it in Tallahassee? Is it down that way? You going to go to any other games? I don't know. I'd like to go to one away game and one home game. Obviously, Notre Dame game would make a ton of sense, but I'm not sure. So that's a great question. The only one I know for sure right now is Florida State. Florida State, I'm locked in. We're going. So that one's a done deal. Sundays is so fire. Get their sliced pork sandwich. Make sure to get that sizzling barbecue. All right. Y'all are hyping it up. I'll try it.
To wear the U on the side of your helmet.
See you at the FSU game, my boy.
I'll
We
be
will meet
there.
up.
I'll be there. We'll make it happen, man. We're going to roll up in style. I'm talking, man, we're going to roll up in like a limousine. We're going to freaking, it's going to be crazy. All right. It's going to be crazy. Good to see you, Kyle. Good to see you, my man. Dion as well. So I also wanted to take a few minutes. Some people are going to want to discuss this. Some won't. So I'll keep it relatively brief. But for the first time ever, and I mean this, ever, I'm actually kind of excited to see how the NFL draft plays out. Obviously, I kind of want to follow Cam Ward. I want to see where he goes. He's going to go early regardless, but I want to see where he lands. And I wanted to see what you guys think.
This is what it take.
Because we've not really got to talk
wear
about
you
this on stream.
on the side of your helmet.
I'm ready for Labor Day weekend. Canes v. Irish can't wait.
Mike, what a way to celebrate that Labor Day weekend. Am I right? Mike Brannley, thank you, man. I'll sit you atop your throne. Thank you, my man. Big time love from Mike. I'll sit you atop your throne. We got a three-way tie up there once we kick it back over. We'll get there here in just a second. Thank you, Mike. It's going to be fun. I kind of want to go. But for the NFL fans in here, I'm going to try to get more into the draft. I even considered possibly going to it this year. That's how much I want to get into it. But what I wanted to show you is there are lots of mock drafts out there, and the majority of them do have Cam Ward going to the Titans as the first pick in the NFL draft. So you're going to look at multiple ones on here. This one most of them have this exact scenario here. Cam Ward to the Titans, Shadur Sanders to the Giants, and then you have Travis Hunter sandwiched in between to the Browns. Now, I did want to talk about the fact that I've not seen any mock drafts that have another Miami Hurricane going in the first round. I was going back and forth with some Canes fans that believe that Xavier Restrepo will go in the first round. I disagree. I don't think so. And that's no hate or shade towards Xavier Restrepo. He's obviously one of my favorite players. We've had him on the show. I do think he will play on Sundays, but I don't think he's going to go in the first round. I did a little more research and looked at the needs of a lot of these teams, and it just doesn't look like he would be he's just not going to go in the first round. I'd love to be wrong. I would love for them to go around. I think the Titans are also pick 36, maybe. It'd be cool if the Titans were able to get Cam Ward and Restrepo in the same place, but it's probably not going to happen. Let's be real. And Phil, you bring up a good point. Phil, because I also want to share this. So Cam Ward to the Titans, right? All right, we go to another mock draft. They check in with multiple, sports journalists and things like that. Pick one, Titans, Cam Ward. Looking like it's a lock for him to be a Tennessee Titan, right? Check this out. There are also rumors swirling around that the Raiders could possibly try to trade up with Tennessee for that first pick. If that were to happen, I'm not an NFL expert. We're literally just chopping it up, just talking about these mock drafts. They're speculating that the Raiders would then take Shedeur Sanders. And check this out. I hope this doesn't happen. I'm sorry. But Phil brought up a good point. Browns might need a quarterback. Cam Ward to the Browns.
To wear the U on the side of your helmet.
Hunter gonna be such a bust. Bro's gonna be a pure CB that is not worthy of a top 5 pick. And I have a Falcons dynasty on Madden. XR became WR1 in 2030.
What, 2030? That's only 5 years. I'll take it. It's only 5 years. Yeah. Thank you, Zach. I appreciate the love, man. And this one seems a little far-fetched to me. Jalen Milroe to the Giants in pick 3. And then Travis Hunter to the Patriots. This is just my take and my opinion from someone who's not an NFL expert. I'm just trying to get into it. Don't you think that given the Titans situation with having a new GM, trying to breathe new life into it, don't you think they would prefer to replace Will Levis and bring in a Cam Ward? Don't you think they would keep that number 1 pick, bring in a top-ranked QB to try to turn that thing around? I think that makes more sense, but I could be wrong. Could be wrong. I personally, I've said this time and time again, I have never cheered for a home team here in Tennessee. I'm not a Tennessee Volunteers fan. I'm not a Tennessee Titans fan. I'm not a Memphis Grizzlies fan. I've just never been a fan of Tennessee-based teams. However, I'll be brutally honest. Most of you know how I feel about this. I am not loyal when it comes to the pros. I don't care if you don't like it. I'm just not. I am sick and freaking tired of rooting for the Cowboys. I can't stand Jerry Jones, and every time I see his face, it raises my blood pressure. I can't stand the guy anymore. I tried rooting for the Dolphins. My twin is the head coach, Mike McDaniel. What a perfectly good reason. Well, they suck. What the heck's going on with Tua? Multiple concussions. You got Cheetah saying, peace, I'm out. So then I say, all right, let's watch a little bit of Jags football. So you know what? I will say it. If Cam Ward goes to the Tennessee Titans, I will try to start following Titans football, and I'll see if it feels good to try to be a Titans fan. Because then I could easily go watch Cam Ward in person because he would be playing in my home state. Now, is the Tennessee Titans a good place for Cam to go? Well, no matter what, when we're talking about a team getting the first pick, how'd they get the first pick? Because they suck. So, well, they did suck. I mean, he's going to the Titans, the Browns, the Giants.
Titans need QB bad. Doubt Browns go QB. Watson's contract too high. NY wants Shedeur. All aligns for Ward to go 1 unless a trade happens at 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I personally, the more and more I look at this, I really think that the Titans make a ton of sense. And when you read up, as long as this information is accurate, what's being said behind closed doors with the new people coming in with the Titans is they have a lot of interest in Cam Ward. They do believe that that's probably the route that they want to take. I don't see why they would want to throw it away. I think that they take it, and I kind of hope they do. Honestly. I kind of hope they do. Come on over to the Patriots. No, thank you, Amber. No, thank you. Y'all, the Patriots can have Abdul Carter, the linebacker from Penn State. Y'all can have Travis Hunter from Colorado. I don't know, in that number 4 spot. Just one of those teams take Cam so he doesn't go to the Browns and so he doesn't go to the Patriots, please. Whatever you do. So who's y'all's NFL team? Giants or Titans getting Cam. It really does seem like that the Giants want Sanders. It does seem to be the case. What's y'all's NFL team? You're a Ravens fan, Brew? Let me see who your team is. So that's what I'm hoping. I think that the Titans make sense, and I would like an opportunity to root for a pro home team. So make it happen, Titans.
On the side of your helmet.
Make it happen.
Co-op. Cowboys just hired OC Brian Schottenheimer as their new HC.
Really? Really? See, I've kind of started to cut myself off and distance myself from the Cowboys. So I've not really watched it closely. Thomas, thank you for the $4.99, my man. Appreciate you. Like I said, no one here is really arguing this with me, which is great. But again, I'm not loyal to a pro team. I don't care. A bandwagon this. And, bro, I'm just not a big pro guy, but I want to be. I keep telling people I want to be. Because that means I get football on Saturdays and Sundays. Not just one day a week, but 2. I want to be a pro guy. I don't gravitate towards the Dolphins very much. The Jags just feels eh. And the Cowboys I fell out of love with. So, with that being said, what a better opportunity here for me than to follow a former Miami Hurricanes quarterback to his pro team and track him and keep up with him. So what are we having here? Go, Pat, go. Secretly roots for the Falcons. I mean, I don't mind seeing Penix succeed. Jaguars and Raiders. Okay, 2 teams. Let's go. Bengals fan for Cypher. Cam Ward to Neighbors. Oh my gosh. Giant New York. Dolphins. Canes fans. Casual NFL fan. I feel you. Dolphins. You're a player fan in the NFL. That's a great way to put it. So I'm not alone in that. Right, Spiratics? It's great because I even kind of feel the same sometimes at the college level for other people. I'm all Miami when it comes to college and nobody else. But I'm happy to see that other people understand when it comes to the pro level that it's okay to be like that. You're a Steeler. Like, see, if I want to buy gear for a pro team, I live in Tennessee. So I can go to my local Walmart and pick up a Tennessee Titans shirt. I don't have to order it from the internet. It's here at home. So that would be kind of cool. I need to look at that, though, Thomas. I missed it. Steelers, Giants, Dolphins. Well, y'all got the Commanders winning the Super Bowl, right? Right? Fans, Jags, Cowboys, Jags. Okay. I don't hate the Titans. Nope. I'm about to be a big fan. Chiefs. Filthy, stinking Chiefs. Dolphins and Broncos. All right. Yeah, I'm over them, though, Cypher. I'm over them. I don't even care. Have I ever been to Gatlinburg? Yes. Yeah, beautiful place. I live in Maryville,
This
Dutch,
is what it takes
about 30 minutes outside of
to
Knoxville.
wear the U on the side of your helmet.
Bang bang Niner gang.
Them Niners. There was also another piece of information that came out about the CFP National Championship 2 years from now. I wanted to take a look at that real quick, too. Let me put Mike up here. Well, I can't
This
type.
is what it takes
I can't type.
to wear the U
There we go.
on the side of your helmet.
Got you up there, Mike.
Be a Falcons fan. Co-op.
No.
Penix is him. Vic wore 7.
No.
Ryan wore 2. 7 plus 2 equals 9. They birthed MP9. Next great Falcon.
I'll be honest, Zach. Every time, and you're going to say this doesn't matter, but it does. Every time I drive through Atlanta, I say these exact words. I hate this place. So how could I root for a team that operates out of a place that I hate? I can't do it. Atlanta is everything that I hate about anywhere. There's no way I can root for the Falcons. I can't do it. It's terrible. It's terrible. I would be fine if I never had to step foot in Atlanta ever again. Traffic, and guess what? I've been to Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and I watched Alabama beat the brakes off of Miami. I never want to go to that area ever again for the rest of my life. I know he might. Just say you hate all the NFL teams. I'm gonna be a Titans fan. I'm gonna root for the Titans. I'm gonna go buy a Titans hat tomorrow, just to manifest Cam Ward to the Tennessee Titans. I'm gonna do it. But at least Miami has beaches. What's in Atlanta? Tall buildings, concrete. Meh. No, thank you. What if he goes to the Browns? There ain't no shot. I am not a Browns fan. Nope. Nope, that won't. That'll be bad news. Bad news. So official release here from the college football playoff from earlier today on their official X account. The college football playoff national championship game will take place. So the one this year is in Hard Rock Stadium. It's in Hard Rock Stadium, actually. So the one after this next one at Hard Rock will take place in Las Vegas at Allegiant Stadium. So this is 2027.
Go Pack Go.
Tara and Blow, my man. Yo, bro, I appreciate you. How you been? What's that? Is that Cam in your profile pic? I'm trying to tell. It's so small on my screen. Is that Cam? It's kind of hard to tell. Appreciate the 5, Taryn. Thank you, bro. So I bring this up because this might be relevant if maybe you live out in that area. I know, obviously, ticket prices and things like that, you know, that's a lot. At least for me, it is. But maybe if it's closer to you, you might be more willing to go. But Allegiant Stadium, the 2027 Natty, after the one at Hard Rock. I don't think that you watched and or listened to the video at all. Coop should apologize for calling Cam a quitter. Made videos hating, but never apologized for lying for clicks. After halftime, and people are angry. People are riled up about it. And I said that I understand their point of view. That's all I said. I understand it. My stance, my take, my opinion is simply that it's his choice.
Fins up until I die, but I love every team that pick up a CANES player. Grin, I want to stomp on leprechauns and take their gold. Tell Indy what up, punks.
His decision. I don't blame him at all for only playing one half of the football game.
This is what it take to wear the U on the side of your helmet.
ATL is the home of hip-hop, rap, CFB, Coca-Cola, etc. Great city to visit besides traffic. I've been trying to get you to come to Bobby Dodd. IDK when Miami comes to town next.
Yeah, I know. People are saying, come on down to Bobby Dodd Stadium. You know, I got you there. I got C-Dog there. Rec Talk. Some other guys that are great dudes to hang out with. You know, maybe in the future. You know, I used to drink a lot of Coca-Cola growing up. I did. Zach Jones, thank you for another 10, you madman. Roach Killer with the 5. You a Dolphins fan. Love every team that picks up a Canes player. That's true, man. That's true. We want to see these guys succeed and get to the professional level. You know, that's important. More Canes fans coming off the board in the NFL draft is a good look for who? The Miami Hurricanes. And can we talk about the fact that this still, I think, destroys the Mario Cristobal QB killer narrative? Am I going to sit here and give Mario Cristobal all of the credit for developing Cam Ward? No, I'm not. He only played at Miami for 1 year. But for all the naysayers that call him the quarterback killer, Cam Ward's draft stock should have dropped after playing for a season under Mario Cristobal. Is that not what they say? If that is in fact true, why did it go up? Oh, Coop, well, Dawson's offense. Well, Mario Cristobal is the head man. It falls back on him at the end of the day. He gets the blame for everything. He can also get some credit for a few things. Cam Ward's draft stock did not drop. It went up. Can we finally kill the narrative? Because, again, I see people arguing that, and I don't see Canes fans saying, oh, well, Mario Cristobal developed this guy into a first-round, monster draft pick. I'm just saying he didn't go down. He didn't kill it. Now, hold up a minute. Can we get a response? I'm not trying to create a bunch of hate or anything, Ian. I'm purely just asking, did you not watch the video where I did a deeper dive on my opinion on the Cam Ward situation? Because a lot of people misunderstood my take in the first video. That's all I'm asking, Ian. You're allowed to call me out, and you're allowed to have an opinion, even if you don't agree with mine still. I promise, bro. I'm not like going to ban you. I'm not going to call you a bunch of names. Nothing like that. I'm just wondering if you didn't watch this video. Because my opinion was that if Cam Ward only wanted to play the first half, then that's fine. It was the plan all along. We said after the game that made a ton of sense as to why they would do that, and it is what it is. But I did say, I'll own up to this. I said I do understand why there is a portion of the fan base that is upset, because a lot of Canes fans are also tired of losing bowl games, and they felt like Cam Ward staying in would give Miami a better opportunity to win the game. So nobody likes losing. So some Canes fans were upset over that, and I said I understand their point of view. I get why they're mad. What's up, Juice? So that's all I'm asking. The one thing, a pet peeve of mine, is when people will call out something. Oh, you think I'm frozen? I'm wearing the same jacket and everything, of course. Is when people will call something out, we address it, and then they just don't comment anymore. So that's all I'm asking. People said, well, you spammed and called him a quitter. Where? I said, by definition, did Cam quit? I can't believe we're even going back to this.
This is what it takes
By definition.
to wear the U on the side of your helmet.
Hold on, I'll say it.
Any fan upset at Cam should be banned. Emery failed.
Did he quit? Yes, he quit at halftime. But I don't mean it in the same sense that some other people say he quit. I mean quit as in he exited the game. I know people want to say he opted out. That was the plan. The plan was for him to not play the second half. I didn't call him a quitter. I didn't say he quit on the team as in he let down the team. The team knew he wasn't going to play the second half. The fans just didn't know it. So we got excited, myself included, and I said, Cam Ward is going to play. We get to see him suit up one more time. Let's freaking go. Okay, back and forth game. Maybe we can finally win a freaking bowl game. And then we got in our feelings a little bit and got upset in the heat of the moment because we wanted to win a bowl game. And it didn't happen. So did I call him a quitter? No. Did I say that he quit at halftime? Yes, because he did. But does that bother me? Do I mean it in a big-time negative way? No, I don't. I just said by definition, that's what he did at halftime. Emery came out and played. I say that was the plan. Let him do what he wants to do. We're lucky we even got a first half because I didn't expect him to play in the first place. Who would? I wouldn't. Like, dang, people are going to get mad at me, and they'll be like, Coop, you let Miami down. You're telling me you wouldn't play? I know my luck. First play of the game, they'd snap the ball, and I would trip over my shoelace and break my leg. And I would go from a first-round draft pick to nobody even looking at me. I know, Mo. So all I ask, man, please just actually watch and listen to the videos. And I will stop. I'll end that conversation by saying this. I realize sometimes some of the titles can be a little like, come on, Coop, come on. I agree. If I could stream, if for every stream and video, you know what I wish I could do? I wish I could title every video Miami Hurricanes football. The reality is, you would lose viewers if you did that. You have to work the YouTube algorithm to an extent, and it's an unfortunate part of the job. I don't want to clickbait,
This is what it takes.
but I will say this. Always pay attention to punctuation on titles.
Cam quit, but he didn't fail the team. Emery did. 5/14, 26 yards and 1 int in 2 quarters is disgusting. Emery should have transferred. Sorry, not sorry.
And I still think Emery does transfer. With the addition of Carson Beck, the guaranteed starter, as long as he doesn't take a step back. Nickel,
on the side of your helmet.
Judd, I think
Mario
he is.
tried to give Emery a moment to shine.
Yeah, and I do think that that's fair to say, hey, we had an opportunity to evaluate what we had. It's still interesting, though, because it seemed like Dawson doesn't have a lot of trust in Emery, but maybe he was still trying to give him an opportunity. I don't know. Thank you, Zach Jones, for the 5. Roach Killer for the 2. And right, I don't want to sound like a hypocrite here. Xavier Restrepo did not play at all. Now, I was under the impression that Restrepo was still kind of nursing some issues with his ankle and or foot. So he really didn't want to chance it for a bowl game.
To wear the U
on
the side of your helmet.
We don't care about no Pop-Tart Bowl.
But see, the thing is that's true. But in the heat of the moment, I probably will. Does that make sense? So I myself am guilty of saying, at the end of the day, do bowl games really matter if it isn't in the college football playoffs? Yes, but no. In the heat of the moment, I want to win. Losing sucks. And I knew everybody was going to be clowning Miami, Pop-Tart this, Pop-Tart that. You win the Pop-Tart Bowl, though, they say, who cares? It was the Pop-Tart Bowl. Why are you bragging, bro? You lose it. You lost the Pop-Tart Bowl. What a dumb bowl game, and you couldn't even win it. It was a lose-lose. You know what Miami needed to do? Beat Georgia Tech. Beat Syracuse. Play in the ACC championship game. Win it. Go to the college football playoffs and win the national championship. And then nobody could say anything.
Would you rather not have a lead and blow it from the start?
Thank you, Zach Jones, for the 5. Why am I so fired up on January 24th? So that's in my opinion. In the moment, I wanted to win, and I did get very frustrated. I did. I just really wish Ian would come back. Because people, man, if I title that video, Cam Ward quits on the Miami Hurricanes with a question mark, that means I'm asking the question. I'm asking, did Cam Ward quit? Now, some people are going to say, Coop, you didn't put the did, which that's not even my title. I'm just making up a scenario. There's character limits with YouTube titles. And again, you got to work that algorithm, bro. I hate it. I hate it. I want to title this Miami 1, Miami 2, Miami 3. People won't watch it, though. So you got to kind of work the algorithm, feed off the drama and the hot topics. But people act like punctuation does not exist. If I title a video in that way, I'm asking a question. You got to actually watch the video and we discuss it and talk about it. If people get pissed, that's fine. I get it. I get it. So anyways, people were saying, can you do a mock draft? I don't even know how to do that. I'm not even sure how to do it, to be honest with you. I'll look into it, though. That'd be pretty cool. So some good conversations tonight. I'm probably not going to be live much longer. We'll wrap it up here in just a moment. I gave my spiel. I do not think Jeremiah Smith will be a Miami Hurricane, but gosh darn it, I would love it. I would love it. I would strip down butt naked and run around in my front yard screaming, "Go Canes." Please don't screen record that and share it online. But I don't think it'll happen. Don't think it'll happen. Maybe in the future. Maybe in the future, though. You do that every day. Low key, Reese probably would have won the game.
This is what it takes.
I mean, maybe.
On the side of your helmet.
What do you think our defense will be ranked by the end of the season?
It better be, honestly, man, given what he did at Minnesota with less talent. Now, this Miami schedule will be tougher, probably, on paper. Like Notre Dame, if they're still good. If Florida State improves, yeah, Florida, if they get better. Plus some other tougher ones, right? It just depends because it's January. So after the spring portal, some other additions, coaching changes. What do these teams look like?
He who laughed last laugh. Loudest, give me my throne.
Randy and Joe M, I appreciate y'all. Hold on, let me put him up there. And it's a great question, Joe. This is a great question, and I do want to address it. My man Randy, the OT wizard, taking it over. Thank you, Randy. One of these days, I'll be able to spell his last name without looking at it. There he is. Looking good, Randy. Thank you, bro. If we get Smith, you have to howl at the moon in your underwear. I'll howl at the moon butt-ass naked if we get Jeremiah Smith. I will. So, on paper, this looks more difficult. But the thing is Heatherman took Minnesota's defense
This is what it takes.
from 69
To
to what? 5 in the country?
Headline. F. ND Canes whoop that behind.
They will.
Smiling face with open hands.
They will. I have no doubt about it. I don't like to, get too ahead of myself with these, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Thank you, Roach Killer. So I think that if he could take Miami's defense from overall 69 in the country, factor in this schedule, I'd be happy, bro, with top 15 overall. Top 15 would be sick. And if the offense, again, can run pretty well under Carson Beck, top 15 would be, oh, man. It ain't got to be top 10, top 5. That'd be great, but it ain't got to be. I'd be very happy with that. Going from 69 to inside the top 15 would be huge improvement. Give me that and give me an offense that's probably not going to be like, come on, bro, let's be real. We're going to have the number 1 offense in the country again, maybe, but that's probably unlikely. And it's no shade at Beck or any of the other guys returning or new guys coming in on the offensive side of the ball. That's a big achievement. It's hard to make that happen. And to do that in back-to-back years, woo, man. Probably not going to happen. So I'll take like a pretty solid defense, a pretty solid offense, and let's roll. We'll see what happens. So that's where I'm at. Agreed? Heck yeah, man. That's what I'm thinking. Jeremiah Smith want to be on the number 1 offense in the country. He missed the train, man. He should have been here last year. We'll see. Forget Smith, you twerk on live TV naked. Naked. I don't care. If we were to get Jeremiah Smith, Randy, game over. I would actually start telling lies, and I try to not do that. You'll get a number 4 tattoo. Just get 4. Just get 4, and people are going to be like, huh? A naked toothpick running around. Yeah. But it's just tough because I know that people want to do way too early predictions and stuff, and we'll do it. We'll do it. But like right now, I like to wait until at least spring football is over because now Miami's missing some position coaches. So, like, you know, that could affect things, that they have to fill out the rest of the staff. And there's also going to be the spring portal window. So what if some of these bigger teams have some departures that nobody really saw coming? Some impact players that maybe leave for more money or because they're not happy. And that could change my opinion, you know?
Go look at Syracuse's away games, lol.
Syracuse's away games? Why, is it bad? Okay, they got Tennessee in Atlanta. They got Clemson at home. They got SMU at home. They got Georgia Tech. By home, I mean away. I mean away for them. They have Georgia Tech at Georgia Tech. Miami at Miami. Notre Dame at Notre Dame. That's rough. Oh, wow. Okay. Good. Good. It's all coming together. Yeah, by home, I mean away. Exactly. Man, that's all I got. And yeah, for Miami, though, I lied. Let's go back. Miami is set up beautifully. Notre Dame at Hard Rock. Bethune at Hard Rock. USF at Hard Rock. Them filthy, stinking Florida Gators. Good for nothing. Lousy excuse of a football team with DJ Lagway, a guy who throws more interceptions than he does touchdowns. But they believe he's going to be their savior and Heisman pick this year at Hard Rock. Louisville at Hard Rock, NC State at Hard Rock, Stanford at Hard Rock, Syracuse at Hard Rock. Ooh, buddy. It is unfortunate that SMU is away. Virginia Tech is in Blacksburg. Yikes. But Miami has a ton of home games. This is great. So the addition of Carson Beck, you fire Guidry, bring in a new defensive coordinator who still has a lot to prove, but I like his energy. I like the style of defense that he runs. Man, let's hope that Miami can attack this thing. And let's see, it's year 4 for Cristobal. It's year 4, and if there's one thing he can't afford to do, it would not lead to him getting fired. Mario Cristobal is not on the hot seat. The guys up top still absolutely love him. This guy has went from 5 wins, 7 wins to 10 wins. If you think that missing out on the conference championship just because we had the number 1 offense in the country puts him on the hot seat, bro, he's only went up in the win column. And I'm not making an excuse for him. I'm not. I'm just telling you. As long as he continues to go up and not down, he's okay. What's going to be very interesting here is what's the next step then in 2025. You can't let's assume Carson Beck is healthy and does play. You can't go get the number 1 ranked transfer portal quarterback for the 2nd year in a row. Bring in a new defensive coordinator so you addressed your weak point from the previous season and then win 8 games, even with a tougher schedule. Again, it doesn't mean he's going to get fired, but Canes fans are going to say, hold up a minute, bro. This is year 4. Next step should be 10-plus wins again, and hopefully it's enough to compete for the ACC championship. I think that for the fans, I think Miami has to be in the ACC championship game in 2025. Is that fair? Or is that setting the bar too high in year 4? Or is it too early to even have this discussion? I just think that you can't afford to take a step back. So even if this is like, what's the way to put it? Even if it's kind of horizontal this season, Miami wins 10 again, maybe gets to the ACC championship game and loses it or just misses out, you're going to see a lot of frustration from the fan base, but he didn't go backwards. He just cannot afford to take a step back. He can't. Because then doubt really starts to creep in, and those that really want to believe say, maybe this isn't the guy. You have to make some sort of progress there. And again, he's done it. Nobody can deny that. We can laugh. Opposing teams' fans can laugh. But you win 5, you win 7, you win 10. Wins have done nothing but go up. At the end of the day, can I be a little frustrated? Because this should have been the year for at least an ACC championship game? Sure. But I can't argue the fact that he's only gotten better every year when it comes to wins. So you think Beck is going to be as successful as Ward? I think my hope is that the defense is better and Beck doesn't have to be Cam Ward, because he won't be. I don't think personally he will be better than Cam Ward, but the defense has to help out. And if he's just a pretty darn good quarterback, they'll be all right. That's my take. We'll see. We'll see. I really appreciate the love tonight, y'all. As I said, we'll continue to go live every Friday night, whether I have a topic or not. And the idea is another live stream thrown in somewhere, like a Monday, Wednesday, something like that, just talking about, hot topics and stuff. I mean, heck, we talked about the NFL for half an hour, talked about mock drafts and all that good stuff. If you're just tuning in and you want the Jeremiah Smith talk, we did talk about that at the beginning of the stream, so you'll just have to catch it on the VOD, rewind, whatever you got to do. We did talk about Jeremiah Smith and all that stuff. Got to give a shout out to my man, Randy. Randy with the big 20. Top dono of the night. I really appreciate the love, man. As I already said, I cannot thank y'all enough. This is January 24th. There's no college football going on. And heck, we had more people in here than we had for some weeks with the call-in show when there was a game coming up the next day. So thank you for that. I appreciate you. I respect everybody's opinion, and it's always good, fun conversations, man. Yeah, and what that is, that's top single dono. So cumulatively, I believe it would be Zach Jones. It's just impossible for me to track it. I got too much going on in this brain of mine, and I wouldn't be able to keep up with it. I mean, when I'm looking at y'all, right here, I'll show Max and I'll show you. When I'm looking at y'all, this is what I'm seeing. So, like, I'm seeing what's going on over here. We're tracking bit rate, drop frames over here, audio levels. We're reading what you guys are saying. We're looking at alerts and things. We're over here looking up news and things like that, plus making eye contact with y'all up there, plus dog passed out over here. So I wouldn't be able to track it, to be honest. It's just easier. There he is, Tropical, passed out.
This is what it take to wear the U on the side of your helmet.
Miami better be ready for a loaded Gators team.
This is what it take to wear the U on the side of your helmet.
I want ND and I want them now. Take their gold.
Who's going to tell him? Hey, my man, Nine Summers, I do appreciate the love, though, bro. You best believe it is going to be a beatdown unlike anything you have ever witnessed. Wow. It's gonna be brutal. It's gonna be brutal, man. Thank you, Nine Summers. I appreciate the 2, bro.
This is what it take.
Roach Killer with the 2 as well.
You
Taking them down, buddy. Taking them
Yay,
down.
the loaded fans, right?
Thank you, Flick Shorts with the 2. Thank you, bro. Hey, man. Thank you. Again, shout out to everybody. Flick Shorts, Roach Killer, Nine Summers, Zach Jones went freaking off tonight. My man, Randy, Joe M.
This is what it take.
Gern Blanston. Thank you for the membership, my man.
Loaded?
I appreciate that.
Only thing that's gonna be loaded is the bus back to the swamp.
We even got Ohio State fans weighing in on this. When did I never 2025 has Miami fans and Ohio State fans agree?
This is what it take.
Unbelievable.
To where you
coming together against Florida?
Them Gators had no home field advantage last season, and they won't have it this season either.
Yep. Yep. Well said, Joe. Well freaking said, man. That is one of the teams I am least concerned about on that 2025 schedule, let me tell you. Yep, I'm serious. Gern, again, thank you so much. I appreciate you, bro. Turin Blow, thank you as well. Thomas Shearer, Mike Brannley, Cypher. If I missed anybody, my man Duck, the Mullet Run. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for all the love tonight. And good conversations. Good conversations, man. I'll see y'all when I see you. Maybe, you know,
this is what it take. To wear you on the side of your helmet.
Dog treats for Max Bone.
Yeah, hold on. Thank you, Tropical, with the 305. That's exactly what that'll go to.
This is what it take. To wear you on the side of your helmet.
It's this against the whole NCAA. Remember that.
It is. It is and always will be. I guess we'll see. Mark your calendars. Saturday, September 20th, Hard Rock Stadium. Miami versus Florida. Because we know that game in 2024 didn't count. So this is the one that decides the best team in the state of Florida in 2025. Yep. Keep that trash talk coming. We love it. Hey, 9 Summers, Miami fans, Florida State fans, Ohio State fans. We love it. We love it. We love it. We love it. It's January, and here we are running our mouths. Good stuff. Good stuff. I'll see y'all when I see you. right, y'all be safe tomorrow, all right? Enjoy your weekend. All right. All right. Love y'all.
This is what it takes to wear the U on the side of your helmet.
Just remember, college football family, it's always best when you representative THEEE.
The U. Exactly. As I said, what a wild night. Ohio State fans coming together and backing the Canes. You love to see it. This is the greatest sport in the world, and this is the greatest team in the world, no matter what happens. The fan base unlike any other. It brings everyone together across the country. Love to see it. Thank you, bro.